What's up, Sagittarius? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. I'm so happy to have all my Saggy friends. Welcome, welcome. We are going to do a fun little tarot spread for you all about career and money and finances and jobs, all that good stuff. I hope to spin out some really great messages for you, but as always, I beg you to keep in mind these are general messages. Not everything I say is going to resonate with you. More than likely, pieces and parts of it will. But yeah, come into this with an open heart and an open mind. Be willing to receive new messages that might resonate for you later down the line, in a few weeks, in a few months. Take what resonates, right? But never force anything to fit your circumstance or scenario, okay? Please use your intuition, your discretion, etc. when you're picking apart these messages on what is meant for you. You will intuitively know, okay? Everything you want to know will be in the description box below, including the decks I'm using as well as my social media channels. Mad love for my Saggies. Thank you guys for supporting me on my tarot journey. We're gonna hop in for career and finances as I'm getting these last few cards out. What else can I tell you? Check out your September monthlies if you haven't already. Check out your love reading that I posted. I don't really do date-specific readings, so this is roughly for September, but this video, along with others, may resonate with you later down the line. So yeah, have a play on my channel, see if there's something else there for you. Without further ado, for the Sagittarian gang out there, cross-watchers, welcome. Let's hop into your energy. All right, so you're starting off with the Fool. I feel like you've actually been getting this card a lot recently. Obviously, I've been using different decks, but, you know, same energy applies. The Fool is the beginning of a brand new cycle. Something about like your heart, your energy, it's lighthearted essentially. You almost just float right off the ground when you walk. It's a card of great optimism. It's a card of taking a big leap of faith, and mostly having faith in yourself that, you know, no matter what the risk, no matter what the leap is that you're taking, having faith that you'll land on your feet, that you'll figure it out. It is very great Sagittarian energy. You're Knight of Wands, so you live for the excitement of a new experience, to feel something different, to learn something new. So I'm not terribly surprised that this is coming up in your spread again. But yeah, it's a really great energy. So let's see what's maybe causing it, or what the underlying energy is for that. It is an Aquarius card, sometimes an Aries card as well. So you may have that in your chart. That might mean something to you. Nine of Pentacles. All right, so some earth energy there, specifically Virgo and Venus. So potentially some love energy with a Virgo. That's not going to be for all of you. The Nine of Pentacles. All right, so the Nine of Pentacles talks about, I actually really love what's going on here for you. The Nine of Pentacles is sometimes deemed the single ladies card, the single gents card. Regardless of your relationship status, the point of that is, you're a self-made woman, you're a self-made man. Your abundance has come from your hard work, from all your energy that you've put forth, from your work endeavors, right? And there is a sense of pride. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it's a woman in her garden, and we can see how lush and beautiful, you know, her garden is, the crops that have grown. But it really is indicative of the seeds she's planted and nurtured, right? From seed to flower, from seed to tree, or from acorn to tree, whatever it is, whatever metaphor. So now it's the idea of sort of taking a look around to sort of realize, to take stock of what you have in your life, and there is a tremendous sense of pride here. Maybe cutting off, sorry, I'm trying to understand what this is. Maybe you've made your bank account a little bit more healthy in the last several months, in the last several years, to the point where you feel like you finally maybe dropped some burdens behind, and it's the beginning of a new start, a blank slate, the start of a new chapter, if you will. So while getting this money or this prosperity, or just feeling like your life is put together, I'll even say that with Pentacle energy, feeling like there's some semblance of stability or support or whatever that is for you. With this card, there's great pride, but it's also, I'm just getting a relief that now you can set off on this new venture, this new endeavor. Maybe you've been saving a lot of money. I could absolutely see that with the, I almost said the Queen of Pentacles. You might be dealing with a Capricorn. The idea of saving every penny, saving every nickel and dime almost for a rainy day. I think that rainy day has come, if you'll follow my cheesy metaphor there. Something about your finances is allowing you to maybe travel. This is sometimes a card of travel, or movement as well. You know, doing something unexpected, doing something maybe out of the ordinary, doing some innovative thinking of something new or different that you want to try. But it's a very lovely card, and it seems like you have at least one person cheering you on. Maybe that's your mom, maybe that's your bestie, maybe that's your husband or wife. But there is an energy of independence here. Maybe you're, for those going on a vacation, you know, maybe you're saying goodbye to a loved one and, you know, I'll see you in a few weeks or whatever. But again, going back to my original thought of like the single ladies, the single man, you're self-made, so there is I was almost about to say a wild streak, but a strong streak of independence to this. Something about your efforts and your endeavors are launching you off into this new beginning. So, I mean, it may involve you and your spouse, you and your romantic partner, but I mean, yeah, something about it, it's focused on you. Maybe some of you are starting your own business. Maybe some of you are, I don't know, finally launching a website or traveling to meet with new connections or new clients, appeal to new guests, appeal to a new market, if you will. It's something about the stability and abundance you have now is opening new doors. Period. End of sentence. I feel like I lingered on that a bit. But there was one other thing I was trying to get out of that. Now I just lost my train of thought. What was it? It was an important one too. Oh, this is important. So with this card, again, if we're going back to the traditional Rider-Waite, the woman stands in her beautiful, lush, abundant garden. I won't even say the downside, but one of the noted lessons to be learned from that card, if you will, is that it does exemplify the idea of not taking a lot of risks, the idea of wanting to hold on to every nickel and every dime. Reasonably so, you haven't taken a lot of risks, especially financially. But it's almost like in order to get to that 10 of Pentacles, that legacy, that almost building of an empire, if you will, there's a need to get out of the safety zone. And the safety zone being that garden, being that little fence, being your home, being your, what is familiar, the status quo of whatever job or role or job title or even location of your business. I'm just getting with you, especially Sagittarius, Jupiter energy, right? That's your planet. Expansion, that's exactly what this is. It's getting out of the comfort zone, using this could also be tangible skills, tangible ideas, some, you know, seeds you're going to nurture out into the world, even if it's not money. Maybe some of you don't have $1 in the bank, but I think most of you are doing okay. The thing is, if you don't have a lot of money, it doesn't seem to be holding you back. It doesn't seem to be hindering your ability to move forward. Again, new chapter, new cycle, new beginning. You're going off and there is risk involved here. And it's not bad. It's fantastic energy. But maybe it's taken you a while to muster the strength to get out there and just do it. So basically what I'm saying in a nutshell, after 8 minutes of talking, Sagittarius, kick-ass energy. Let's go into the rest of this. What is going to be your challenge or focus in the coming weeks? The Seven of Earth. All right, so this is the assessment card. Is it worth it? Where do I go from here? We see this little mousey standing on one of his crops, one of his pentacles, right? Looking at, okay, these are the seeds I've planted. Are they going to grow? How can I maximize my profit? You know, if I'm trying to grow flowers, they're going to need sunlight. They're going to need water. How am I going to get these resources? It's looking at the material goods, right? With pentacles, it could be your money, could be your, you know, sorry, how do I want to phrase this? The practicality of the business you're building, whatever that means to you. It's looking at it and wondering, how am I going to grow this? Is it going to grow? Do I have everything I need? It's assessment mode. Underlying energy for that is the Devil. All right. I love this deck. Devil's food cake. Awesome. And I love that because as we know with the Devil, it is tempting. There's something carefree, right? There's something very carefree, devil may care, that phrase, attitude. But ultimately, it's vices, right? It's pills, it's drugs, it's cigarettes, it's booze, it's overindulgence, it's overeating, it's addictions, it's codependencies, it's whatever, right? So interestingly enough, because there involves some sort of risk, this jumping off the cliff and having faith that you'll land on your own 2 feet, essentially, that you'll figure it out. The challenge for you is the temptation to fall into unhealthy habits or behaviors. And that may have to do with 2 very extremes. You not wanting to spend a single dime, almost, sorry to the Sagittarius, to the point of being cheap, which is not your typical energy. Sagittarians tend to be overly generous. So it could be the opposite. It could be going back to the maybe poor spending habits, overspending, also overindulgence, I just heard too. So maybe putting in a hard day's work, but then, kicking back like 3 bottles of wine after work, or this could even be something like wanting to go off on this new adventure, and you packed up your luggage, you got in the car, you're moving across the country, let's say, but halfway through you start having these dark thoughts of, what am I doing? Like, I'm terrified. I got myself into this mess, and now I'm too ashamed to admit that I was wrong, but I have to keep going, but I don't know how I'm going to do this, and I don't have a connection, and, the person I was relying on has failed. It could be thoughts eating away at you, almost 8 of Swords energy, if you will, but you're falling back on things ultimately that aren't serving you. Now, what's really awesome is because it's the underlying energy of assessment, you're not necessarily taking on those devil qualities, those old, again, patterns of behavior or whatever, things that are not for your highest good, addictions, whatever that I just listed. You're contemplating going back to old ways, or almost like looking optimistically into the future of like, no, like, I've changed my tune, I'm gonna do it differently this time. So for some of you, I'm getting in the past, whether these pentacles represent literal money to you, your bank account, or again, that seed you want to nurture and grow, your career in the arts, your career in, fill in the blank, sales, marketing, whatever it is for you. I'm getting that in the past, there was some sort of struggle, or if it wasn't struggle, you felt like it was kept in the comfort zone. It didn't take off the way it could have. I'm just getting, it's full of potential here, right? With the 7 of Pentacles, full of potential. We don't know what these seeds are going to blossom into. It could be a flower, but it could be like this strange, beautiful, unusual flower that no one's ever like grown before. Do you get what I'm getting at here? There's huge potential here, but it's almost like self-doubt, I think, is what's eating away at a lot of you. You're almost like, again, hangman energy, this in-between state of, is it worth it? Should I take this risk? Should I keep going? Should I invest more money here? Should I fire this person to bring on someone new? And for a lot of you, especially if you are going into your own business, again, the single ladies, single man's card, maybe you are the sole proprietor of this business, all the decision making, all the responsibility would fall on you. And so, yeah, that devil energy is going to creep up every now and again. But again, you're dominating the devil, if that makes sense. There's a dance with the devil, but like you're leading the dance. I hope that metaphor sticks for you. For a lot of you, it's just not questioning yourself. It's not getting wrapped up in self-doubt. It's like you've already planted the seeds. Just be a little bit patient. See what's going to bloom. See what's going to blossom. And I will say, Sagittarius, I don't know why this is coming up so strongly. In terms of the waiting period, which I'm going to be real, it's not your strong suit. I know some Sagittarians who are the best people in the world, but they're not the most patient. And I get that too, so I'm not throwing shade. But in that waiting period of wondering what will bloom, keep your mind busy. Keep your brain active, go out and I don't know, join a club, do some sports, go on a hike, watch some Netflix, whatever that is for you. Because I just heard this is like a great double entendre. Idle hands are the devil's playpen. While you're waiting to see the results, you might get sucked into some unhealthy things. So don't, right? Again, you're leading the dance, so don't get sucked into that behavior. Like, you got this, don't question yourself. Seeds take time. Earth energy, it's the slowest moving energy. This is a Taurus card. So those seeds, those pentacles, the money you're waiting on, it might be a little bit stubborn, but like everything in due time, right? Good things come to those who wait, Sagittarius. Bad things come to those who are naughty. I can't believe I just said that. All right. Anyway, moving on. The help available to you in the coming weeks or months, the 4 of Earth. I like that. So with 4s, I've been saying this a lot. We've had a lot of 4s come from these readings. It's the comfort zone. It's the chill zone. And that does not always mean a bad thing. I know we had mentioned that with the 9 of Pentacles, but we already know that I think a lot of you, whatever the quote safety zone is for you, you're taking some sort of risk out of that Garden of Eden, essentially. The comfort zone I'm getting like trailblazer. You are wandering into new territories that where no man has ever gone before, or woman. It's something like that. So what this is referring to, more so, I'm almost getting this location. With this, I'm almost getting literal money or pentacles. So in terms of the safety zone, as we're saying, the challenge is waiting for the money to pop. Maybe some of you are waiting for investments to come through, or some sort of sum of money that is owed to you, a payout from the government, or what is that when your grandparents like give you those little like certificates? It's like, when you're 25 you can cash this in for $8 or whatever it is. Some of you are waiting for that. Is it savings deposits? It's something like that. You're in waiting mode, right? Some of that might be a metaphor, but some of you might actually be waiting on inheritance. There's a reason why that just popped up. Anyway, it does come in. The help available to you though is recognizing that even without all these seeds that you're waiting to pop, you're waiting for the money to come in, you're waiting for the cash flow, you're waiting to see the results, right? You're questioning it. Again, keep your mind and your hands busy. That what's helpful to you is recognizing that you are sitting on a solid foundation. Again, we think of like the four corners of a house. It's stable, it's sturdy, it's solid. It may not be, buying you a sports car, but what you have is enough to, I'm almost get like, to put on a show. Maybe some of you are in the arts and you're like the classic starving artist. You're scraping together money to, hire a light guy, hire the boom guy, hire, whatever, your AV, your sound people, whatever. You're scraping money together to put on some sort of show. This could be a metaphor too. And money is okay. It's still allowing you to get up on stage and do your thing. And ultimately, that's what's most important. To me, this is almost saying with the idea of putting on a show, putting on the Ritz, it's not so much about the glamour of it and sort of the superficial aspects of what you're doing. It's the tangible, it's the seeds, it's what people can reach out and touch and grab. So as long as you're making it, as long as you're doing it, you don't need to worry about like making it come off again as like the Ritz, as the end all be all delivery of it. It's more about the heart and the integrity, or again, what's real with tangibility here, versus like doesn't that look cute? Isn't that a great song to accompany the product? Or do you know what I'm saying? It's not about the frills. It's down to the basics, because what I'm getting, Sagittarius, is you put on a show no matter what. Like, I just heard, you are the show, Sagittarius. And I love that too. It's radiating confidence. So even though I don't know if you're totally in that zone, this is almost fake it till you make it. Maybe some of you are like doing like I don't know if it's literal magician. I don't think it is, but there's something about pulling a rabbit out of a hat. And internally, Sagittarius, it's just making me laugh. I'm getting that you're like freaking out, like, did I do it right? Like, is the audience gonna applaud? But like, it's like they don't see your fear, they don't see your anxiety. All they see is like the illusion of it all. So yeah, it's like fake it till you make it. You may not feel like what you're doing is great, and you may not feel the most confident. Keep going at it, because what you're doing, it's solid, right? Almost with like a wink, like solid bro, solid dude. I like it. And there's abundance to be had here. The way you're pulling pentacles out of a hat, there may be more than you're anticipating there. There's some sort of surprise factor, especially the idea of illusion, putting on a show, a magic show, pulling things out of thin air. You may meet somebody again, while you're toiling away at this project or this business endeavor, you might meet someone who is actually quite beneficial to your future business success. It could be someone who's like a headhunter, or, kind of spots you or like picks you out of the crowd as, hey, Sagittarius, like, let me pull you aside. I want to talk to you about this. And I don't necessarily know if they're like a con artist or anything. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm just getting, you naturally attract crowds. People are going to be impressed, if not enamored, by your skills and talents. So stop like cutting yourself down and questioning if you're good enough, because you are. You absolutely are. Again, I was sensing this. For a lot of you, that devil is something that exists inside of you that is like that ego that's trying to keep you safe. I don't know if we should do this. We've never done this before. I don't know if this work is good enough. It's bullshit. Toss it out. It's just, this devil isn't serving you. There's something about the message having, because I saw this, something about having your cake and eat it too. There is a need to, and I want to be careful how I phrase this, but a need to settle just a little bit. I think a lot of you are going in with this great idealism of all the bells and whistles. I'm going to have all the fans and all the audience and all the customers. And I'm just getting like, a 3-piece suit, and this is going to be this, and it's going to look like that. And we have to do it at this venue. You might have to settle a little bit because this is only a 4. I'm just getting, yes, it's a magic show and it's going to be fun. I like kids in the front audience are going to look up at you and think it's the greatest thing. But there's something sort of ramshackly about it. And again, it's not a reflection of you. It's not a reflection of your product. It's a reflection of the circumstance. Maybe you're starting your business off in a shitty part of town. And again, from the exterior, it looks a little bit grungy. But when people go in, people want your product. People like you. You're an excellent saleswoman. You're an excellent salesman. It's something like that. Don't get stuck on the artificiality, the superficial appearance. That's coming in so strongly here, Sagittarius. When I said that whole like magician thing too, the remake, I think it's just called Oz, the one with Mila Kunis and James Franco. There's a point to this, I promise. The idea of James Franco starts off as the wizard, right? But it's very ramshackly. People can kind of see the illusion behind what he's doing. But then again, they fake it till you make it. Like, I am the powerful, great and mighty Wizard of Oz, whatever that movie's called. That's similar to what I'm saying here. You don't have to come in with all the bells and whistles just yet. I think that will come with time. You have a lot of pentacles here. So is money going to be good? Yeah, I think it will eventually, but there's going to be some waiting involved, okay? So just heads up for that. The help available, though, is to just keep being you. Keep being your charismatic, fun self. You are your product. People are buying you. Oh my God, I keep getting distracted, but I have to say it, guys. It's just how I do my messages. I'm a pop culture nerd. So in Tommy Boy, right, he's going around the country selling brake pads. Chris Farley movie, it's fantastic. Check it out. He is trying to sell an auto mechanic his specific type of brake pad to sell in their shop, right? And the guy is giving him a hard time saying there's no guarantee on the box. My customers need a guarantee on their box. I don't want your product in my store if it doesn't have a guarantee. Chris Farley says to him, I can take a shit and put a guarantee on the box, but all I'm telling you is that I'm selling you a guaranteed piece of shit. That's what this is saying. You're getting too wrapped up in like, even maybe not the legalities, sorry, but it's something to that nature. Do you understand? I know you understand what I'm saying, Sagittarius. You got a good sense of humor. It's not about like the guarantee on the box. That is symbolic of what this is. It's about what you're actually doing. It's about the integrity of your brake pads, okay? Moon energy. Things are not made clear yet. Okay. So there's something a little bit shadowy, something that maybe you still like, you're still working it out in your brain. You're still kind of maneuvering through the dark to find the light, essentially to be illuminated to the correct path, to the correct course of action. And just the idea of something being hidden. It's two things. It's you hiding the fact that, yeah, maybe you don't have all the means to do this in the way you want, but again, putting on the show and not showing the fact that, I don't know if it's finances aren't good or whatever, it doesn't matter. The other aspect to this is that secrets are going to come to light. And for you, Sagittarius, it's not a bad thing. It has to do with, again, not seeing the full potential in this. Some of you are so wrapped up in the what ifs. What if this happens? What if my crops don't bloom? You're not anticipating the good what ifs. What if this is going to earn me twice the amount of money that I thought it was? What if I meet a fantastic person who is already the trailblazer of this skill or this talent and they want me as their intern? It's something like that. It's very peaceful, right? Something is going to allow you to rest peacefully at night, to calm your mind. But when the moon card comes up, that's also an indication you're not supposed to know everything yet. And I know that sounds like a cop-out, but it's true. It's the same with the High Priestess. When the moon and the High Priestess comes out, they're cards about secrets, of things not being given illumination, being given light yet, because it's just not time. The moon card talks about cycles, the dawning of a new day. When these crops are meant to come in, they will. But in the meantime, there's going to be some waiting, so you may as well find a way to cope with it and sleep peacefully, right? knowing that good things are coming in. This is such a great card. I love that you got this card. All right, last but not least, what is your advice or guidance? Wow, really? Did we just say the High Priestess? We did. So you have 2 cards of secrets. More than anything, though, coming up in your guidance section, this simply says, follow your intuition. Your heart, your emotions are going to serve as your inner guidance system, Sagittarius. So when you do come to a crossroads, right? When you're on this journey of self, when you're on this journey of moving the location of your business, of establishing roots somewhere, whatever it is for you, when you come to a fork in the road, essentially, right? Your intuition is going to guide you. It is going to guide you in the right direction, right? And in life, really, there are no mistakes, right? I mean, we can look at this devil energy of, yeah, things we probably shouldn't have done, but didn't you walk away with lessons? Didn't you walk away and learn something on how to do it better in the future, or how to do it in a different way in the future? Okay, there's another message coming through here. When I was saying it's about the integrity of your product, that's what's going to attract people, not the bells and whistles. There's a group of Sagittarians out there going, but I am my product. So if I can't present myself or my space, my environment in like pristine condition, it's a reflection of me, it's a reflection of my product, it's gonna fail. That's not true. And I'm not exactly sure why that message came up so strongly, but it has to do with the idea of secrets or a disguise, something not being authentic or not being truthful. So yeah, some of you don't want to move forward unless you can have it all, unless you can have the idealism, all the bells and whistles. And I'm just getting that's not what's needed. You have to start somewhere. And so with the Fool, for a lot of you, this is a fairly new endeavor. You're gonna have to cut your losses somewhere. You're going to have to maybe go through a bit of a difficult time initially, 5 of Earth, struggles, challenges. But the idea that there is salvation ahead, there is something good ahead. It's like the church is right there. You could walk in at any time and get shelter from the storm. But there's a tremendous sense of pride here, or ego that's getting in your way. You wanna rough the storm to prove to yourself that you can do it. I'm not really going to comment on that, Sagittarius, because ultimately it's your journey. It's up to you. I think there's something really beautiful about wanting to be a self-made man or a self-made woman and get through all the obstacles yourself, but not to the point where it's affecting your health, not to the point where you're working a job that, realistically 3 people could be working this job and you're doing it all yourself. That's devil energy coming in. That's ego. That's, again, kind of darker energy. So I'm going to say follow your intuition. Do whatever you feel is right for you at the moment. But look, your card is coming up. That's always a good sign to get your own card. You have the Temperance card. Boom, right there. Everything in moderation. Again, the idea of putting on a show, putting on the Ritz. You are a sight to be seen, Sagittarius. You are going to draw crowds. You are going to draw many eyes, particularly those who are involved in some sort of artistic endeavor, theater, entertainment, stand-up comedy, musical performances, poetry, anything involving the arts. The Sun card. There's going to be a lot of happiness and joy. Even making children happy, that came up earlier too, the idea of a magician putting on tricks. 10 of Cups, 10 of Water. Long-term, what feels amazing. Hearing the standing ovation, hearing the crowds go wild and cheering your name, and that's symbolic of what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like $1 million. It's going to feel like something about like water just washing over you and cleaning you, like it's something biblical there, like the cleaning, the washing, the healing. It's healing this devil energy. It's ridding you of any self-doubt that you have. What did I just put down? The 10 of Water. Oftentimes in a career or financial spread, I can also see cups as being symbolic of money. So money, because the idea of water flowing, it's energy, money flow, cash flow, currency, the idea that money is going to be good. You are going to achieve the great glory and success that I think you're hoping for. But again, patience, and it's not going to be easy. There is going to be a little bit of struggle, but it's pentacles. those pentacles change. It's earth energy. Earth never stays the same, right? It weathers a lot, right? It goes through the storm, and then, hey, after a lot of water, flowers are going to pop up. But yeah, there's a great need to be patient here. And then, sorry, last but not least, underlying the High Priestess, you have another Four of Cups. This is saying literally everything else we've already said. Again, fours, comfort zone, stability, safety. With the Four of Cups, there's a tendency to get bored by what's in the status quo, by what is happening now. So again, be wary of that. Idle hands are the devil's playpen. Some of you may be overindulging in alcohol specifically. There is a need with the Four of Cups to seek outlets for more emotional fulfillment, not realizing, again, that what we already have is entirely enough. It's entirely in itself a bankable, valuable, skillful idea or business endeavor, right? And, okay, there's something coming through here about, again, bigger than you anticipated, better than you expected. It's like you emptied your glasses drinking, you're like, I need another cocktail, and then they serve you one and it's ginormous. It's more than you can handle. This is actually, and moderation is a double entendre for, what is the word? Temperance, essentially, alcoholism, right? Be careful what you wish for. Again, all these symbolisms of like the magician and illusion, tricks. Something is deceiving, masks. Something is not what it seems. You had the moon. There's secrets right now. You can't take everything at face value. And that especially applies to your current financial situation. I guarantee you things are going to change. And it may not always be for the better, right? You may have to spend some money to earn some money later down the road. But oh my goodness, is it going to be good later down the road? The Sun and the the Ten of Cups, yes please. You're already at the Nine of Pentacles, right? Even symbolically, your self-worth here is something to be I don't want to say envious of, but it's kind of amazing. It's kind of great. Your willingness to just jump off the cliff and do it and make it happen. Take that huge leap of faith. Insane, never-ending optimism with Sagittarius. Just keep that devil at bay. Don't let that energy creep up on you. This is saying it's going to be, trust me, whatever you believe. This is spirit, God, universe, the angels. They're saying, trust me, Sagittarius, I'm going to give you what you want, but first I'm going to make you strong. You're going to have to go through it and fight for it a little bit, because if this is something you truly desire, it's going to be great. You're going to make it great. But have some faith. This card of waiting, it's also about having faith that there is going to be a turning of the tides, a changing of the cycle. And when it does come in, I'm just getting it's going to be way better than you expected. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, Sagittarius. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know what resonates for you in the comments down below, and I will see you beautiful Sagittarians later. Bye, guys.